During the Viking Age, which lasted roughly from the late 8th century to the early 11th century, Scandinavian seafarers known as Vikings embarked on raids across Europe, leaving a trail of destruction and upheaval in their wake. These raids, characterized by pillaging, killing, and the enslavement of civilians, had far-reaching consequences for the societies they targeted. Viking raids targeted a wide range of regions, including the British Isles, continental Europe, the Mediterranean, and even as far as the shores of North America. No community along the coastlines of these areas was safe from the threat of Viking attack. Viking raiders were notorious for their ferocity and brutality. They would often land their longships on unsuspecting coastal towns and villages, quickly overwhelming local defenses and seizing valuable goods, including gold, silver, precious metals, and other commodities. Monasteries and churches were frequent targets due to their wealth and relative lack of defenses. Violence and killing. The Vikings were not only interested in plunder, they also inflicted widespread violence and death upon the communities they raided. Residents who resisted were often brutally killed, while those who surrendered were sometimes spared, but subjected to enslavement or forced labor. Enslavement and captivity. One of the most devastating consequences of Viking raids was the enslavement of captured individuals, particularly women and children. These captives were often taken back to Scandinavia or sold as slaves in other parts of Europe. The slave trade formed a significant part of the Viking economy and contributed to the widespread displacement and suffering of countless individuals. Impact on European society. The frequency and intensity of Viking raids had a profound impact on European society during the Viking Age. Coastal communities lived in constant fear of attack, leading to the construction of defensive structures such as fortified towns, castles, and watchtowers. The raids also contributed to political instability and social upheaval, as local rulers struggled to defend their territories and maintain order in the face of Viking incursions. Overall, Viking raids were a defining feature of the Viking Age and left a lasting legacy on the history and culture of Europe. While the Vikings are often romanticized in popular culture, it is essential to recognize the devastating consequences of their actions, particularly for the communities they targeted and the individuals they enslaved and killed.